stream. It's completely serious. The video made where I'm at. It's not going to do very well. I'll just do a quick live stream. Regardless, like I need to get this out there. There's not going to be any reaction videos today. No. But this is something serious I wanted to talk about so you guys would understand why there wasn't any videos today. So, for those who did not know, my brother was killed 2.5 years ago because some druggie decided to get high and go for a drive. That druggie this morning being sentenced. Myself were there, stepsister were also there, a couple of family friends, and some family members who were unable to attend, as well as a couple of family friends, were tuned in via call. So we were sitting there through the sentencing, and prior to the actual sentencing, many of us were given the opportunity to be able to speak our minds on the subject and how we felt about the circumstances, what my brother Austin meant to me and everyone else, as well as what we feel like we missed out on with him being gone, and the impact that this man's stupidity has caused us so much grief during the past 2.5 years. So anyways, the sentencing undergoes, they talk, both his lawyer and the DA, the defense attorney who was assigned to us, both talking against each other. Our lawyer wasn't very particularly strong, but he did get some facts across. And the one that seemed to push hardest was this guy's lawyer. Real dirtbag, if you ask me, considering some of the claims he was making in regards, because this man drove away from the scene of the crime. He didn't care. He drove away from the scene and had to be drugged back by a witness to see that he'd done something. But the way his lawyer was trying to spin it, this guy let his truck drift or what. Still says it's reconnecting, so I'm going to keep going. Anyways, so when it came down to the sentencing, the judge said 7 years. Dead. And many of us just kind of had a collective sigh of relief. Because it was, for us, it was over when we heard 7 years. And then the judge followed it up with 2 years time served and 5 years probation or suspended. Immediately after, as soon as we started hearing that, questions started coming up like, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? I get the time served thing. He gets time off of his sentence for a time he's already served in jail. Apparently, that was total bullshit. Okay. Signal was going out. Anyways, so essentially what this boils down to is his time in jail, according to the judge now, is completely out. He's not going to have to spend another day in jail. He might get out even tomorrow at the latest, from what I understand. Probation, with 2 years probation if he does has good behavior. Meaning that my brother basically gets to walk. The only restrictions he may have is maybe an ankle bracelet, but that's it. He still gets to walk around even though he killed somebody because of his negligence, because he couldn't pay damn well attention to the road while he was high as balls on meth. So, I've been very pissed off today, as I would hope most people understandably would be. This caused my mother to go through very serious emotional guilt because she felt like she could have saved him. Just from hearing her talk. And emotionally, you'll think, I should have saved this person, I should have saved this person. There was nothing we could do. It's no one's fault but this sons of bitches. So, what a fucked up legal system we have. Pardon my French, but it needs to be said. What a fucked up legal system we have. That a man who killed somebody gets to stay in what essentially is little baby kindergartner prison because he did not go to the hard time serious facility that's in this valley, that's in this region. He stayed in the pre-trial cells in town. At first, it was understandable because my brother's father was incarcerated at the bigger time prison in this area. It made sense to keep them two apart so my brother's dad didn't kill the son of a bitch. But he's been out of jail since January. Actually, not even January. He's been out of jail since the end of last year, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So that's still almost a year of this man staying in little bitch's kindergarten. What the fuck, judicial system? So he basically got handled with kitty gloves. A lot of things were catered more to him than to us. And there was no fairness in this trial at all. In accordance to what the judge said, I'm paraphrasing here, but she basically said that most of the decisions were out of her hands. Well, then why are you elected a judge if you can't do nothing? Seriously. We had a very incompetent team handling this, and the man who killed my brother, when given a chance to speak on what happened, read off a fucking piece of paper that was written down for him to say like a teleprompter. He went by a script. He didn't talk from his own personal experience, from what he thought. He went by what someone else wrote down for him so that he could sound the victim, so that he could sound like he would be a better person. Well, guess what? He's not better for this. In fact, I think he was worse off than before because he wasn't man enough to give his own answer. So essentially, he's going to get to walk for killing a 15-year-old. Way to fucking go. Way to fucking go, court system. You fucked over an innocent You fucked over a kid again in favor of the killer. Now that I've vented, I hope everyone has a good day. And if you agree with me that this was total bullshit, tell me about it in the comments after it's done. You want to talk? Just talk. But I'm so fed up with crap like this happening. I have no more trust in our judicial system because there's no justice in this. This was not justice. The lawyers we had was weak, and the judge was weak for not being upfront with saying, hey, I shouldn't even, because really she should, we're the ones who ended up making the base decision. She had no say in it, basically, on a lot of things. Why is she even appointed the judge if she can't make the decision? Anyways, they need to get that bill SB 91 taken care of because it treats criminals like kids. It's like, okay, you did something, you'll get a little basic punishment, slap on the wrist, stand in the corner, okay, 5 minutes, it's been 5 minutes, go. That's basically what this bill does, SB 91. And it needs to go, and criminals need to be treated like criminals. I'm done with this. I hope you guys have a good day because I sure as hell haven't.